quick disclaimer, if you hear building works, that's because they are still building, even though they've been doing it for like literal years. And also, if I sound bugged up, it's because I am, and my hay fever will actually be the death of me this year. Ugh. Okay guys, so in some respects, you guys have been clickbaited, because I'm not going to be talking about the kind of weight loss and toning that you probably assumed when you saw my thumbnail. And actually, for the people who have clicked onto it thinking that that was what I was going to talk about, this video will probably be more for you, and as much as you might feel annoyed that I'm not going to tell you how to get down to that size 8, size 6, size 10 bod and be all like Instagramly toned and stuff, you're probably the people that need to hear some of these things the most. So if you feel like stopping constantly dieting and constantly thinking about your weight as a bad thing and wanting to look like somebody else, then stick around. If you don't want to admit that to yourself yet and you want to keep putting yourself through that endlessly painful cycle, then you're welcome to click off this video. But yeah, so tip number 1, how to lose weight. Honestly, excuse my language, but stop giving a fuck. Those around you will love you and think you are amazing for who you are, way beneath what shape you are and what size you are and how many calories you ate that day. I don't understand how we've been conditioned so much to feel like those numbers define us, that people spend so much time trying to lose weight. Like, I know that since the age of 14, losing weight and my body shape and my size were, and still are, things that take up maybe about 70% of my brain every single day, and that is a lot of thoughts that could be spent on, you know, conquering the world. I think I may have mentioned this before, but most people aren't looking at you. Most people are looking inwards and comparing themselves to things and ideals and images that they think are the only images of beauty, and most people aren't looking at how you look. And I just feel like we spend so much time dieting and really worrying about what part of us is the new problem today. I know that I am tired of diets, both mentally and physically. Like, I am just tired of putting myself through the cycle of not eating and then binge eating and then just feeling guilty about any meal, any piece of food, even fruit. I feel guilty about anything that I eat, and I don't want to feel like that anymore. I don't want to have good and bad food. I don't want to have junk food and unhealthy food. I just want it all to be food and be allowed to eat whatever I want to eat, whenever I want to eat it. And so what if I put on weight? So what? And even my actual physical body is exhausted. Like, I know that my metabolism is completely screwed up because I spent so many years starving it of food and then binging, and then just my body doesn't lose weight the way that diets do sometimes anyway, and 90% of diets fail. Like, what even, why are we still doing this? 90%. That means that only 10% are ever successful. And I know you could do that math, but like, I just want to reiterate that that's a tiny proportion. And yes, they might work, but they are always temporary, unless you spend the rest of your life possibly dieting. But even then, your body will then become used to you dieting and it will adjust, and then you won't be losing weight anymore. And my body now has gotten to a point where it stores food because it's afraid that I won't give it anymore, and I can't really do anything about that because I spent so many years of my life just screwing it up, just playing games with my metabolism, and now it just wants to rest and to not care about what size I end up being, because it doesn't matter. Ultimately, all of our bodies are probably going to put on weight, they're going to sag, they're going to wrinkle. We all pretty much already have cellulite, we're going to get more of that as we get older. And if you've spent like 30 years of your life, right, on dieting and having this perfect body and not enjoying your life because you're worried about going out in a crop top as a size 16 or an 18 or even a size 10, and like what is there really to tell people? What achievements can you say, like, oh look, I stayed within the body ideals for my entire life? So what? Like, we will put on weight, we will sag, we will have little beer bellies, and are you still gonna hate yourself and sit there and tear yourself apart in front of your children because of your size? I would much rather teach my children things about the world. I'd rather tell them about my life and to teach them that they are beautiful no matter what size they are. And you can't do that if you have spent your entire life worrying and dieting and trying to lose weight and trying to be that little bit more toned. Why does it matter? It doesn't matter. What does it matter if you are slightly more toned on the beach one day? No one is going to remember you. Like, how many thousands and millions of people have you walked past on the street, on the beach, in the summer? Do you remember how many of them were toned and how many of them weren't? Like, I don't think you can honestly tell me that you know how many people you saw with abs one summer. But you can tell me that you have had amazing summers full of great memories with amazing people. You won't remember what size they were, what they fit into, what they don't fit into now, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's just a number, it's just a size, it's just a muscle toning, like, I don't know. This is a definitely very difficult thing to snap out of, especially because everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, everyone is talking about it. Everyone is saying what is junk food, what is bad food, how bad they've done on their diet this week, and how much weight they've put on, and just all of these things. And I know that I definitely, when I was losing weight, I was getting congratulated. Every dress size that I dropped, I was congratulated. And how can you not? How can that not spur you on to just keep doing it? Until I got to a size 6 and I was basically just skin and bone, and I wasn't any happier. I don't know how many times I need to reiterate this to myself and to other people. I can look back on photos of me this time last year and I know that 50% of me is envious. I'm envious of the body that I had, but I wasn't any happier, and I still had the exact same thoughts every single day. This needs to be slimmer, this needs to be more toned, I need to lose more weight, I need to go to the gym, I can't eat this, I can't do that. On to toning, the whole toning part of this video. This is gonna sound super duper cringe and I don't care, but you should spend time focusing on toning your personality and your intellect rather than toning your body, because in the long run, as I've said, your body won't stay toned. It won't. Like, even if you just are some miraculous like person who doesn't age and doesn't want to eat or drink or anything, like keeping your body toned is hard work. You have to spend nearly every single day in the gym and denying yourself all the pleasures of cake and chocolate and apple crumbles and pizza. Like, what is that life? That is not a life. Just eat it all. Put on weight if that's what your body wants to do. And just don't care. Like, spend time learning about art and culture and other people's countries and, I don't know, about yourself more than what weight you are and what size you are. And because if you are some really toned, gorgeous person and that disappears, what do you have left? What if, God forbid, anything happened to you, you got into an accident and your body didn't work the same way as it did before, and you weren't as capable and you weren't as able, and you could no longer have your abs, and you put on weight because you weren't as mobile? What is going to be left? You need to tone yourself, your personality, the thing that will stick with you beyond the shell. Like, if you start to be hyper aware, you'll realise that this, what you're in, that isn't you. If you think about it, you are inside this. Like, you are inside. Like, this is sort of like your house and you are inside it. You are not this. But yeah, I think that is all I want to say for this week's video. I just want people to try and stop defining themselves on their weight and their size and their toning level. You are all way more than that, and you should be proud of it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share with anyone that you think needs to hear these words. Subscribe to my channel for new videos every single Friday, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!